Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We are going to be looking at Hell's Revenge here up to the tubes, and then I'm going to take you back to the secret area of the Mountain View Cave, and then on to some playing around before we end the video on Slick Rock in the Switchback Obstacle. So kind of come up this steep hill. It's really steep. You got some of these other hot tubs you can play in. You know, the rock crawlers, they'll play in all these. Some of them are just really steep, and it was wet in the bottom of a lot of these due to the recent rains that Moab had. So, you know, you want to be careful because it becomes pretty slick, and when you're on a dirt bike, how are you going to get it out once it's in there if there's no Jeep or rock crawler around with a tow strap or a winch? So, you know, go in at your own risk. They are really deep. They can have really deep water also. So if there is water in there and you want to venture in, you probably want to see a side-by-side, a Jeep, a rock crawler, go in there before you do. But it's really nice up here, and it's really windy, and hence why I'm doing this voiceover, because it was pretty windy out in the Slick Rock, Sand Flats area that day. And like I said, this is Hell's Revenge, and this is just extra obstacles. You don't have to come up here in your rock crawler, in your Jeep, side-by-side, motorcycle, if you don't want to. It is kind of hard getting in there, like you can see that. I mean, that has a lot of scrapes, right? So, you know, at your own risk, I guess, see what your experience level is. Hopefully my video helps you in that regard also, because I kind of show you stuff and you can gauge it for yourself and decide, is this something I really want to do? So that one's pretty steep. That's a main one, and then this one's a main one. Most people come up here and do this one. I would say this is the easiest one to go down and out. Of course, it's a lot steeper in person than on video because, you know, I'm filming at a wide angle, so it kind of flattens everything out. And you can take these tours and kind of ride in these vehicles, you know, and they kind of stack people in there. And there's a roll cage, but that looks pretty sketchy to me. If that thing happened to roll, man, that roll cage probably ain't going to do anything for the people in the very back. I don't know. That seems like that would be more scary than me just riding through this hot tub and, you know, coming up here and making it look really easy, you know. And I think this one dries out sooner than the other ones too when it gets water. So Ocon goes down there, man. His first time there, boom, right up it. You got to remember, it's Slick Rock, and this, because of the tire, the oils, what have you, is a little bit more slicker than, you know, if you're off this black area from the tires. But you still do have a lot of grip, and it's just kind of fun going in and out. And, you know, we probably did that a dozen times. I obviously didn't include that all in the video here, but we played around quite a long time, kind of took slightly different lines and what have you. And then it was time to move on to the Mountain View Cave. So just come off from the hot tub. This is the easiest way to find the cave. You come off, you start down, and you'll pick up, I think there was a white dot back there, but you'll slowly pick up the dots. There's one right there, and I just know where it's at now, so I don't need the dots. And the dots look like they have been repainted, probably this season or last season. And you just come around the corner here. Now there's a couple ways to continue down to the main dash line that's way below us. And we do that at the end of this. Unfortunately, I didn't have the camera on, so I just got the guys coming down the steep part. I highly recommend you probably not do that unless you know the way down, because it's not well dotted. And there are some completely sheer drops. If you were to take the wrong line, you would be going over your bars and probably hurting yourself. You would have a really good drop, probably hurting the bike too. But it's a little sketchy coming around here, just knowing that you can come around, the tires will grip, and you're into the cave. There's the cave. It's awesome. It's epic. I highly recommend you check it out. And there's motorcycle prints in there. People go there all the time. I've never actually come across somebody in the cave while I was in there, and I've never come across somebody going in while I came out. It seems like not that many people know how to get there, and it's a legal thing to go see. I would say go see it, man. Check it out. Get some pictures because it's there. It's public lands, and it's a place you can go to. And then I'm already down back to the dash lines, caves up to the right, and then you make your way down. There's actually kind of two ways down, but like I said, the dots are very sparse, and if you don't know the way down, it's sketchy. Even though I know you can come down, trying to find that line is nerve-wracking because it's much steeper than it looks on camera. And then we continued on the dash line here, and I will point off to the left right here that I see a dot up there, so you could come down that too, but you see off to the left, it's a sheer drop if you took the wrong line. So be very careful. And I don't even know, I've never tried going up that. It's so steep. I'm guessing you could probably do it because of the grip, but I don't know. I've always come from the hot tubs because that's how I know how to find the cave. So go to the hot tubs and you can find the cave. So we play on this obstacle for a little bit. It's a nice one. There was only that one tour Jeep just kind of sitting there, or Humvee or whatever. But, you know, we kind of play on it, come down, go up, take different lines. We probably did that, you know, half a dozen times or a dozen times. And then we moved along. And I kind of just show you here a little bit us playing a few different lines. Kind of, you could go right, obviously. And I was told go far left. So, okay, let's try it. And I made it up. Your tire grips really well. Corey made it up, and then Ocon also made it up on that steep side. So you can do that. It's not that big of a deal. So we continued on on the Slick Rock Trail, and then this is the switchback area. The switchback area obviously has the switchback. This is what I cut off in one of the earlier videos, and I cut it off again. Why make the switchback? Just go straight on up. The trail's right here anyways. That's the way you need to go. So, you know, why make it hard on yourself? Because we can easily motor right up different spots. Then this is just coming back to the parking lot. This is how it looks. And it's really not that late in the day, but as you can see, the parking lot pretty much empties out, considering when we first got there, it was packed. So always nice coming back and the parking lot is empty. It just makes it great. You don't have a lot of people, and it's just a good time. So thanks for watching.